Chapter 8, Project Catling Doom Begins. Deep within a shadowy forest, far from the wreckage of Crazy Dave's old home, sunlight filtered gently through the canopy. Birds chirped quietly, unaware that in a small clearing surrounded by trees and thick vines, the future of plantkind was being rewritten. This was the new temporary base. Hidden, quiet, secret. Crazy Dave had found a hollowed-out log network, reinforced it with bark plating and solar wiring, and turned it into a makeshift lab. In the center sat a strange machine made of vines, crystal tubing, and old microwaves, the Fusionizer Mac 2. And today it would be tested on something big. Inside the lab, Dave wiped sweat from his forehead and turned to two plants sitting inside containment pods. One a towering Gatling pea shooter, its 4 barrels gleaming like artillery. The other, a dark, pulsing doom shroom, surrounded by a faint red glow. Pea shooter stood at the entrance, scanning the forest edge nervously. Sunflower stood beside him, beaming light like a little sun, steadily producing energy. Each ping of sun dropped into a pod, powering dormant seed packets nearby. More help would arrive soon. But inside the lab, things were getting real. Dave mumbled to himself, flipping switches. Gatling pea, check. Doom shroom, check. Stabilization spores, check. Irradiated compost binding? Close enough. The Fusionizer hummed. Gears clicked, tubes filled with glowing green liquid. Pea shooter peeked in through a window. "Hey, Dave, is it safe to mix those two?" "Probably not," Dave said cheerfully. "But it'll be awesome!" The lights on the Fusionizer turned from yellow to bright blue. The machine sparked. The plants inside trembled. Then, Cam! A shockwave of green energy blasted out in every direction, shaking the treetops and sending birds fleeing into the sky. When the smoke cleared, standing in the middle of the lab was something new, something terrifying, something beautiful. The Catling Doom. It stood taller than any plant before it, with a blackened steel barrel that had 4 rotating nozzles, each one glowing green at the tip. The base of the plant pulsed like the Doom shroom, but rather than exploding instantly, it hummed with contained power, building energy like a living warhead. Each shot from its rotating cannons could pierce steel, and if charged long enough, it could launch a mini Doom core that would obliterate even the strongest zombie units, including Carcansiars, in a single blast. Pea shooter's jaw dropped. Sunflower gasped. Dave simply chuckled and whispered, "We're back in business." But far off, in the distance beyond the forest, something else had sensed the fusion energy spike. Something not quite zombie, but not quite plant anymore either.